Welcome to Star Bios, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of Hollywood's most beloved icons. I'm your host, Casey Gold, and today we're shining the spotlight on the incomparable Peggy Lee. With a career spanning over 5 decades, Peggy Lee is widely regarded as one of the most influential and versatile vocalists of the 20th century. From her sultry jazz standards to her Oscar-nominated songwriting, Peggy's unique talent has left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. But before she became a household name, Peggy Lee was just Norma Dolores Eggstrom, a small-town girl from North Dakota with a big dream and an even bigger voice. Born on May 26, 1920, in Jamestown, North Dakota, Peggy grew up in a family that valued music and encouraged her to pursue her passions. Her father, Marvin Olaf Eggstrom, was a station agent for the Midland Continental Railroad, and her mother, Selma Amelia Anderson Eggstrom, was a homemaker who loved to sing and play the piano. The Eggstroms were a close-knit family, and music played a significant role in their lives. Peggy's parents would often host musical gatherings at their home, where friends and family would come together to sing, play instruments, and enjoy each other's company. As a child, Peggy was fascinated by the sounds of jazz and blues that she heard on the radio and from traveling musicians who passed through Jamestown. She would spend hours listening to recordings by Bessie Smith, Ethel Waters, and other legendary singers of the time, trying to absorb their styles and techniques. Peggy's parents recognized her talent and encouraged her to take singing lessons with a local music teacher, Miss Edith Hammond. Under Miss Hammond's guidance, Peggy developed her vocal skills and began performing at local events, including school concerts, church gatherings, and community functions. Peggy's early life in North Dakota was marked by a mix of small-town charm, musical discovery, and personal perseverance. She grew up during the Great Depression, a time of great economic hardship for many American families. Despite these challenges, the Eggstroms managed to maintain a warm and nurturing home environment that fostered Peggy's creativity and ambition. As she entered her teenage years, Peggy began to dream of a career in music, inspired by the likes of Benny Goodman, Artie Shaw, and other big band leaders who were dominating the airwaves. It was during this period that Peggy met her first husband, Gerald Gray, a local musician who would become her partner in both life and music. The couple married in 1938 when Peggy was just 18 years old and began performing together at local venues. Gerald accompanied Peggy on guitar and provided valuable feedback on her singing style, helping her to develop the unique sound that would later become her trademark. As the 1930s drew to a close, Peggy's star was slowly rising. She began singing on local radio stations, including WDAA in Fargo, North Dakota, and at area nightclubs where she would perform for audiences of all ages. Her unique vocal style, which blended elements of jazz, blues, and country, was beginning to gain attention from industry insiders and audiences alike. One of her earliest gigs was at the Carnival Ballroom in Minneapolis, a popular venue that hosted some of the biggest names in music. Peggy's early life in North Dakota was a time of discovery, growth, and exploration. She was shaped by the people, places, and experiences that surrounded her, from the rolling hills and vast prairies of the Midwest to the sounds of jazz and blues that filled her heart and mind. Peggy's big break came in 1941 when she joined Benny Goodman's orchestra as a vocalist. She was just 21 years old and had been performing on local radio stations and at area nightclubs for several years. Goodman, one of the most influential band leaders of the time, was looking for a new singer to replace his previous vocalist, Helen Forrest. Peggy's unique vocal style, which blended elements of jazz, blues, and pop, caught Goodman's attention, and she soon became an integral part of the orchestra. During her time with Benny Goodman's orchestra, Peggy recorded several hit songs, including I'll Never Smile Again and Why Don't You Do Right. Her performances with the orchestra helped establish her as a rising star in the music industry. She also began to develop her skills as a songwriter, collaborating with other musicians on original compositions. In 1943, Peggy left Benny Goodman's orchestra to pursue a solo career. She signed with Capitol Records and released her first solo album, Peggy Lee Sings, which featured a mix of jazz standards and original songs. The album was a critical and commercial success, showcasing Peggy's versatility as a vocalist and her ability to interpret a wide range of material. One of Peggy's most significant achievements during this period was her work with composer and arranger Victor Young. Together, they created some of Peggy's most iconic recordings, including What More Can a Woman Do? And Don't Smoke in Bed. Young's arrangements brought out the best in Peggy's vocals, and their collaboration helped establish her as one of the leading vocalists of the time. Peggy's solo career was marked by a string of hit songs, including Mañana and Room and Coca-Cola. She also became known for her captivating stage presence, which combines sultry sophistication with a playful sense of humor. Her live performances were always highly anticipated events, featuring elaborate costumes, choreographed dance routines, and of course, Peggy's incredible vocals. In addition to her work as a vocalist, Peggy was also a talented songwriter and actress. She wrote or co-wrote many of her hit songs, including It's a Good Day and I Don't Know Enough About You. She also appeared in several films, including The Jazz Singer and Pete Kelly's Blues, showcasing her talents as a dramatic actress. Throughout the 1940s and 1950s, Peggy continued to push the boundaries of popular music, experimenting with new styles and collaborating with other innovative artists. Her determination and talent had taken her from the Midwest to the pinnacle of show business success, where she would remain one of the most beloved and enduring stars of our time. The 1960s were a transformative period for Peggy Lee, marked by continued creativity and innovation in her music, as well as personal challenges and triumphs. She released several critically acclaimed albums, including Basin Street East and Mink Jazz, which showcased her ability to adapt to changing musical trends while remaining true to her artistic vision. Her performances during this period were highly anticipated events, featuring elaborate costumes, choreographed dance routines, and of course, Peggy's incredible vocals. One of the highlights of Peggy's career during this period was her iconic performance at the Hollywood Bowl in 1961. The concert, which featured a mix of jazz standards, pop songs, and original compositions, was attended by a star-studded audience, including Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Ella Fitzgerald. The performance was widely praised by critics, with many noting Peggy's captivating stage presence and incredible vocal range. In addition to her work as a performer, Peggy also continued to write and record new music during this period. She released several hit singles, including I'm a Woman and Big Spender, which showcased her ability to craft catchy, memorable songs that appealed to a wide audience. Her songwriting skills were recognized by her peers, and she was nominated for multiple Grammy Awards for her work as a composer and lyricist. Peggy's personal life during this period was marked by both challenges and triumphs. She married actor Dewey Martin in 1956, but the couple divorced just a few years later. Despite this setback, Peggy continued to focus on her music, using her experiences as inspiration for new songs and performances. Her determination and resilience in the face of adversity earned her the respect and admiration of her peers, who recognized her as one of the most talented and enduring stars of their time. As the years passed, Peggy's legacy as a vocalist and songwriter continued to grow. She was recognized with numerous awards and accolades, including multiple Grammy nominations and a place in the Grammy Hall of Fame. Her music also continued to inspire new generations of artists, from jazz and pop singers to rock and roll musicians. Artists such as Diana Krall, Norah Jones, and Natalie Cole have all cited Peggy Lee as an influence, and her songs continue to be covered and reinterpreted by musicians around the world. In 2002, Peggy Lee passed away at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy as one of the most influential vocalists of all time. Her music continues to be celebrated and enjoyed by fans around the world, and her impact on popular culture can still be felt today. As we look back on her remarkable life and career, it's clear that Peggy Lee was a true original, a talented singer-songwriter who left an indelible mark on the world of music. That's all for today's episode of Star Bios. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life and career of Peggy Lee. Join us next time as we explore the lives and careers of other legendary artists and discover how they continue to inspire and influence new generations of musicians and fans alike. That's all for today's Star Bios. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Casey Gold, reminding you to keep shooting for the stars.